It's that exciting time of the year again when LEGO releases a new batch of dinosaurs. And this time we're in for a treat. Because while we did have some Jurassic Park sets in the past, only now, for the movie's 30th anniversary, do we get a proper wave. And it's high time I reviewed it. Hello everyone, Wrona here, and I guess for the sake of YouTube entertainment or something, I opened the parcel with a hammer. Are you entertained? Well, anyway, I won't do the same with the boxes, because I do tend to keep them for display. But this year, I'm not sure whether I like or dislike the box art. So far, not counting the elegant 18+ set, Dominion had the best aesthetic with silver, amber, and beautiful dinosaur side art. The Jurassic Park boxes lovingly stand out from everything else thanks to the Ford Explorer colors, and the dinosaur and plant silhouettes are just ideal, reminding me of old Kenner art. Based on that, I'm tempted to say those boxes are my favorite, but while the backgrounds of the actual set renders give a perfect Jurassic Park vibe, and I would love to have access to them with the set's elements removed, the way they're slantedly inserted on top of the background is weird. Set art itself usually is the background with the frame built around on top of it, while here the art is sort of pasted on top of the background. I'm not saying it's wrong, it looks okay, I think I just prefer the former. But let's address the elephants, or rather the T.rex in the room. This is uttermostly ugly. Jurassic World Rexy isn't the prettiest, just compare her to Prehistoric Planet. But this particular render that people for some reason seem to use everywhere, killing the paleo nerd inside of me, is just hideous! And this awkward neck on the corner doesn't help either. And we get an awkward T.rex tail on 3 of the boxes. There's no need for a T.rex here. Just look how much better the 4+ box looks. But they should have totally done what they did last year. Use artistic renders of the actual dinosaur included in the set. Honestly, any Rex is better than this image, even the Walking with Dinosaurs one. And a side note, the Dilophosaurus box has very unusual dimensions. It's very fat. And it's the only one to not have the 30th anniversary logo for some reason. Also, how cool would it be if Brachiosaurus came in a vertical package? But enough babbling about the boxes. Let's actually open them and do what I'm best at. Pour the parts out and thoroughly mix the bricks.
Oh dear. Just fell out. Paper! I've never had that before. Oh, more paper. Oh, there it is. Oh, hey, at least the instructions are vertical. Oh, there is a lot of you. Oh, wow. That is one big pile of bricks.
1,834 to be exact, not counting the always included extra parts. And the instructions I hate! Some time ago the beautiful art had sadly fallen out of favor for those bad looking renders on a plain background printed on paper of questionable quality. But anyway, let's put the most exciting pieces aside for now and try to build 5 sets out of this mess. And with the sets now built and some pieces left over, it's finally time to take a closer look and rank everything. First up, set 76957 Velociraptor Escape. Let's start with the price. 4+ junior sets are always expensive, but thanks to their large pieces, this build size seems a lot better than what we get in, for example, the Triceratops set. In general, it seems that nowadays LEGO doesn't make the builds as sizable as they used to. I also find it difficult to rate what was included here. Even though I am a very childish man, this is clearly targeted at people younger than me. It has some great play features, but I do wish it looked a bit more like the Raptor paddock from the film. But hey, we at least get some great pieces. There's also a lot of fun prints usable in various scenarios. That's always better than stickers. And there's also finally the introduction of Robert Muldoon as a character. Just wish he had better legs. And it's a bit cheeky that they threw him here to boost the sales, because otherwise the set would probably not be attractive for adults, but hey. I'm more sad about not having Jophery Brown, but instead an Ellie, meaning that Dr. Sattler is included in 4 out of 5 sets. She's become this year's Owen Grady, if you know what I mean, and I'm not really a fan of that.
Oh, look at the colors. This is the perfect Jurassic Park Raptor, isn't it?
The colors are spot on. I know the huge size annoys some people, but to me it's very iconic thanks to LEGO Dino. And I mean, Jurassic Park is famous for resizing velociraptors, so why not go all out with the size? Now I just wish the 2018 version were more like this one. I don't think I can say this set is worth its price, but certainly has some nice elements. Now let's move on to the regular sets. 76958 Dilophosaurus Ambush. It's a small set with a really good price. It's amazing whenever you don't have to spend a fortune to get a LEGO dinosaur. And finally, after all these years, the first ever Jurassic Park Jeep Wrangler! In the movie, I definitely prefer this vehicle over the Ford Explorer, but it looks terrible. I mean, why is it so wide and bulky? Jeep Wrangler is so lovely because it's a rather small car. They didn't capture it right by far. I also don't like it being a muddy version, which prohibits you from using it in any other context. But I guess it makes sense for this specific scene, and is decently well executed using the medium nougat color and lovely stickers. But about the stickers, not only are they muddy, which means that even color swapping the bricks doesn't solve the problem, the numbers are also different size from the ones on the Jeep 18! The floodlights are weird and this needs desperate fixing. But we get a really nice Nedry. There is also a side build with lovely vegetation and the iconic Barbasol cat and his dog sign.
Alright, okay.
And while I prefer the older, bigger Dilophosaurus mold for being more real-life accurate, you couldn't ask for a more movie-accurate Dilophosaurus. Overall, a great set with a great price. With a limited budget, you could pick it up to get some iconic Jurassic Park action and have some fun redesigning the terrible Jeep. The thing about 76959 Triceratops research is that I've already kinda had all the things included here, so I'm probably not the most objective judge. But the first impression overall is that the set seems kinda small. But we do get lovely versions of both Malcolm and Ellie. However, I cannot get behind the complete lack of Dr. Gerry Harding. There is no other set he could ever be included in, and he's the main character of Jurassic Park the game, one of my favorite pieces of Jurassic lore. But what we do get is a pile of poop. And there is also the lovely Ford Explorer, thankfully almost identical to last year. And it seems like the sticker colors have been improved. And while it doesn't make sense being Explorer 04 given the minifigures included, it is by far the right choice, seeing as we already had number 5.
Oh, lovely colors. Oh yes, brown and nougat, they go really well together. Oh wow. Okay, this Trike is lovely.
You can never be mad about LEGO including a herbivore in the set. We need way more of them. And the Trike is such an iconic one. I'm confused about my feelings on the coloration. On one hand, it's something new and unique and kind of eye-catching. I especially like the conical projection prints, which remind me of actual Triceratops skin impression fossils, but on the other hand, it's a bit weird. And like Dino Bro made me realize, the Jurassic Park Trike was grey, so it being brown only makes sense if the designers meant that it's covered in its own... Never mind. We definitely needed a set based on this scene, but I feel it lacks something. Probably the most generic / basic of the whole wave. I've been waiting for a set like 76960 Brachiosaurus Discovery for so long, and I'm certainly not the only one. Just like with the Dilophosaurus set, we get a Jeep. This time much better looking, but still the shape leaves a lot to be desired. Alan and Ellie minifigures are really nice here, though I have to point out that I wish the face print for Dr. Grant was something between this and the 2018 version. I prefer more brownish eyebrows. The lack of a pink shirt driver who supposedly was at Regis is quite unsatisfying, but we have Hammond. And this surely is the most fitting set for him. Man, I wanted this minifigure for so long and finally, here he is. The shirt is better than the T.rex Rampage version having 4 pockets. We sadly don't have dual molded arms, but I'm prepared to fix that. Ta-da! The tree is a very lovely build, and while it's certainly not the one from Welcome to Jurassic Park scene, it looks perfectly like the one from the Brachiosaurus sneeze. The inclusion of an eggshell in the Brachiosaurus sign are great touches too. Wish we had an infographic like this for every dinosaur.
This is the dinosaur. Come on. Okay. How big is it? It's humongous. I mean, it should probably be bigger, but... Oh, it is a new jaw. Okay, I was a bit worried it would be the Raptor jaw. Oh, she's so chubby. Oh, yes.
Need I say anything? I don't think I wanted any other dinosaur in LEGO form more than this one. And finally, it's here in all its glory. And despite being so content, I do have to point out a few issues. First, it's a bit too small. Maybe just a few centimeters too short, but almost certainly 2 studs too slim. It should absolutely have been 8 studs wide. The size issue is especially visible when compared to Giga.
There is one more comparison that needs to be done, and unfortunately, Brachiosaurus is not the biggest LEGO figure. Yep, the mutant T.rex is still taller. So, yeah, and it's definitely bigger, just look. Yeah, I mean, Brachiosaurus, I think the issue is mainly the body. Like, the body should be bigger. So, yeah, this guy is still not beaten. He still rocks, and he could eat the Brachiosaurus for breakfast. As sad as it is. Thankfully he won't, because he's a good boy. But it should be bigger.
There is also another stud-related issue. The back has only 6 studs, which also for some reason are hollow. I got used to the biggest creatures having 8, so I thought we would have at least a 4x4 area here. I know the Jurassic World video game went a bit too far with its Brachi, but still, I expected a bigger figure. The lack of movable legs, at least the hind ones, is unfortunate too. And finally, like with Trike, the colors are off. Some shade of nougat would have done the trick, but overall I am satisfied, and I'm wondering if we'll see this neck reused for a more horizontal sauropod in the future. Most certainly my favorite set of the bunch. If you're buying only one from this wave and your budget allows it, I would suggest this. The biggest one, 76961 Visitor Center, T.rex and Raptor attack, once again, contains something that LEGO should have produced a long time ago. The visitor center is, in my opinion, even more iconic than the gate. In the design, both shapes and colors look absolutely beautiful. It is a bit on the small side, but that's kind of expectable from LEGO. I can't imagine the price if they tried to fit all the rooms inside. And maybe like the Lockwood estate, it's only a facade with just a few elements inside. Personally, I think it was a good choice in both instances. But I would be lying if I said I didn't want to improve both of these buildings. My biggest issue, however, is the lack of the stairs. While I like the interior details, I would rather not have them, but get a proper bigger facade complete with stairs and waterfalls. But again, just like with the Brachiosaurus, I think of all these nitpicks, but then I take a look at the build and I absolutely love it. The minifigure selection is great. The torn, dirty outfits are something we surely needed. I like the inclusion of Ray Arnold. And for the first time we have a young Dr. Wu, interestingly with a different skin color.
Two of them. They're exactly the same, aren't they? Yeah.
I've already discussed the Raptor, and it's great to have the full trio, but I wish this one had a bit different of a pattern, at least on the head, rather than being an exact copy.
Here are the legs and everything else. Oh, yummy! Aha!
And at last, Rexy. I'm glad they stayed with last year's colors. They fit this character well, and the similarities mean this one is simply a version from before the final battle with Raptors. Just like we have multiple minifigure variants, just on a very different scale. I just find the little differences like white or tan teeth a bit annoying. Wouldn't mind getting the exact same one with added scars, but I think the color distribution and pattern is better and improved on this newer Rexy. The only thing I could really ask for is hip printing, but nah, I really like this Tyrannosaurus. This set is pretty much everything I could ask for in terms of the visitor center. It will proudly sit on my display, hopefully with added stairs. And finally, there is one last thing I want to address. The Parasaurolophus Mystery. You can see their silhouettes on the box art. Normally, I wouldn't think much of it. I mean, they're one of the few species to appear in Jurassic Park, and we also see some Dimorphodon-like pterosaur shapes here. Just an artistic choice, but then there is the mural. It clearly shows an adult and baby Paris with lovely dark tan and blue colors. I know we had a Dimetrodon sticker in Lockwood and it turned out it didn't mean anything. But unlike there, here we clearly have LEGO versions of the animals with 4 and 2 studs on the back. I don't want to get my hopes up, but hey, like I said, we do need more herbivores. To sum up, I can't wait to improve and animate some of these sets, but the complete lack of time seriously prevents me from producing videos. The backlog of ideas and started projects I currently have is seriously so painful. But anyway, to soothe my pain, the wave we got this year is among the best we've ever had. Some of the things are basically my LEGO dreams coming true. The Easter egg of including a frog in every set is brilliant and fitting for the franchise. The builds are either already great or at least provide a good base for my own modifications. The minifigure department is probably the weakest link, especially with the leg printing, and I seriously feel like an opportunity was missed to introduce at least 2 or 3 new characters. But the dinosaur selection, on the other hand, feels so lovingly classic, and I can't wait for what the future brings. Keep in mind that my favorite movie, The Lost World Jurassic Park, is the only one of the series not to have any LEGO sets. And I am holding my breath that the Parasaurolophus Mystery might just be a hint. But for now, thank you very much for watching, and as always, have a good day.
Tutaj jakaś głupota przy tłumaczeniu wyszła, bo to niby jest zasadzka na Dilophosaura, chociaż to Dilophosaur jest zasadzającym się, a nie zasadzanym na.
Shut up! I can't be the only one who loves the smell of a freshly opened Lego box, right?
Yes. Oops.
Frog.
Frog. Frog. Frog. Frog.